Right now, the Lakers are still trying to figure out how to fully integrate Doncic into their system. He and LeBron James share a similar offensive playstyle, which means some adjustments need to be made to maximize both of their strengths. It's not just about having two great players on the floor, it's about making sure they complement each other. Leave your like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any updates. Doncic made his Lakers debut in Los Angeles on Monday against the Utah Jazz. That first game went as well as Lakers fans could have hoped, with the team dominating Utah from start to finish. Doncic wasn't spectacular, but he didn't need to be. The Lakers played well as a unit, and their defense held up. But in their second matchup, which took place just before the All-Star break, the Jazz came prepared. They made the right adjustments and delivered a much stronger performance, controlling the game from start to finish. Utah won 131-119, making sure the Lakers never got within striking distance in the closing minutes. For Lakers fans, the big question going into this game was whether Doncic would take a step forward after a relatively quiet debut. Of course, it's never easy for a star player to adjust to a new system right away. Chemistry takes time to build, and the Lakers are still experimenting with different lineups to see what works best. Doncic did increase his scoring output in this game, but unfortunately, it wasn't enough to secure a victory. He finished with 16 points, 4 rebounds, and 4 assists. Not a bad stat line, but certainly not what fans expected from a player of his caliber. One positive takeaway: efficiency. Doncic shot 6-4-13 from the field, meaning he made the most of his opportunities. He didn't force bad shots, which is a good sign for his long-term fit with the team. The Lakers actually performed well offensively in this game, scoring 119 points, which should have been enough to stay competitive. But the real issue for Los Angeles? Defense. And honestly, this is something they knew would be a problem when they acquired Doncic. As great as he is on the offensive end, defense has never been his strong suit. He struggles to stay in front of quicker guards, and his effort on that end of the floor has always been questioned. The situation was made even worse when Jackson Hayes went down early in the game. Losing a key rim protector put even more pressure on the Lakers' defense, and they simply couldn't hold up. Utah took advantage, attacking the paint and knocking down open shots when the Lakers' rotations broke down. Without solid interior defense, the Lakers had no answer for Utah's offensive attack. And while their own offense was productive, it wasn't explosive enough to compensate for the defensive struggles. Now, the Lakers head into the All-Star break with plenty to think about. This time off will be crucial, giving the team a chance to rest, recover, and most importantly, figure out how to fix their defensive issues. One area that clearly needs improvement is the center position. Los Angeles recently signed Alex Len to add some depth, but he's not exactly known for his defensive presence. The Lakers still need a true defensive anchor in the paint, someone who can protect the rim and help cover for Doncic's weaknesses on that end. The first few weeks after the All-Star break will be critical for Doncic and the Lakers. The goal is to get him fully comfortable in their system, allowing him to play at the MVP level he's capable of. The team needs to find a balance where Doncic and LeBron can both thrive without stepping on each other's toes. Right now, Doncic is averaging 27 points, 8 rebounds, and 7.5 assists per game this season. Those are elite numbers, but for the Lakers to truly compete, they need to make sure his presence translates into wins. The road ahead won't be easy, but if the Lakers can fine-tune their lineup and improve their defense, they still have a chance to make a deep playoff run. The next few games after the break will be a good test to see just how well this experiment with Luka Doncic is working. Luka Doncic, the newest star of the Los Angeles Lakers, is already making an impact far beyond the basketball court. After joining the Lakers in one of the biggest trades in NBA history, the superstar guard is stepping up to help the city in a time of crisis. Through his foundation, Doncic has pledged a generous $500,000 donation to aid Los Angeles in its wildfire recovery efforts. But his commitment goes even further. He has also vowed to help rebuild basketball courts, playgrounds, and other recreational areas for children affected by the devastation. In a heartfelt statement shared on social media, Doncic expressed his sorrow for those affected and his determination to help. It's been heartbreaking to see the destruction caused by the fires since I arrived in Los Angeles. I can't imagine how children must feel losing their homes, schools, and the places where they used to play with friends. Today, my foundation is donating $500,000 to support immediate recovery efforts. I am also committed to helping rebuild courts, playgrounds, and fields that were destroyed, because every child deserves a safe place to play. To everyone affected by these wildfires, we are here to help, both now and in the long run. Your new neighbor, Luka Doncic. The wildfires that swept through Los Angeles last month left a trail of destruction, displacing thousands of residents and reducing entire neighborhoods to ashes. Even though the flames have been extinguished, the scars remain, both physical and emotional. Families are struggling to rebuild their lives, and many children have lost not just their homes but also their schools and local parks where they once spent carefree afternoons. For Doncic, seeing this devastation firsthand was a wake-up call. Having recently arrived in Los Angeles, he immediately felt the need to give back to the community that now calls him one of their own. His donation will provide immediate relief for those in need, funding emergency shelter, food, and essential supplies. But he also wants to make a lasting impact by restoring the places where children can feel safe, play, and heal. Doncic's initiative isn't just about handing over a check, it's about rebuilding a sense of normalcy for those who have lost so much. His foundation is working closely with local organizations to identify the most urgent needs, from restoring public parks and community centers to rebuilding basketball courts that were damaged or destroyed. For many young athletes, basketball isn't just a game, it's an escape, a passion, and a dream. Doncic, who grew up with a deep love for the sport, understands just how important it is for kids to have a place where they can play, develop their skills, and dream big. By rebuilding courts and playgrounds, he's ensuring that children who have endured such hardship can still find joy in the game. Doncic's generosity has already earned him admiration from Lakers fans, but this act of kindness solidifies his commitment to Los Angeles beyond just basketball. He's proving that he's not just here to win championships, he's here to make a real difference in the lives of the people who support the team. The donation also highlights a growing trend among NBA players using their platforms for social good. Many superstars, including LeBron James, have invested heavily in their communities, recognizing that their influence extends far beyond the game. Doncic is now following in those footsteps, setting an example for younger players and showing that being an NBA star means more than just performing on the court. As the Lakers continue their push for a championship, Doncic remains focused on both his performance and his impact off the court. The road to rebuilding the areas affected by the wildfires will take time, but his foundation has pledged long-term support to ensure that real change happens. For the families who lost everything, acts of kindness like Doncic's provide not just financial relief but also hope. And for the children who will once again have a safe place to play, his generosity is something they will never forget. Luka Doncic hasn't been in Los Angeles for long, but one thing is clear, he's already becoming a beloved part of the city, both as a player and as a person who truly cares. After a series of unfortunate trade discussions, the Los Angeles Lakers were left scrambling to add depth to their frontcourt. The initial hopes were pinned on a potential deal with the Charlotte Hornets that would have brought center Mark Williams to Los Angeles. However, the deal ultimately fell through, forcing the Lakers to pivot quickly and explore alternative options in the buyout market. On Tuesday, the Lakers secured a deal with veteran center Alex Len, who had been waived by the Washington Wizards after being traded to them as part of a deal with the Sacramento Kings. Len, who has been in the league for several years, now finds himself heading to Los Angeles to provide some much-needed relief at the center position. He will be joining Jackson Hayes, the only other true big man under a standard contract on the Lakers roster, to share minutes at center. Len, at 7 feet tall, brings a solid presence in the paint, making him a useful addition to the Lakers' frontcourt rotation. Although he is not a star player, Len's skill set includes solid defense, a strong ability to grab rebounds, and the occasional rim protection. He is also capable of finishing around the basket, making him a useful target for lobs and putbacks. With this, Len can provide between 10 to 15 minutes per game, which will help keep the Lakers' other big men fresher as they manage their minutes. While his experience and size are valuable assets, it's important to note that Len is far from the ultimate solution to the Lakers' center issues. The Lakers have been struggling to fill the void at the 5 position for some time now, and while Len can provide a solid presence, he does not solve all the team's long-term challenges at center. His signing is more of a short-term solution to provide depth while the Lakers continue to search for a more permanent fix. For now, however, this is the best option the Lakers have available. The Lakers have been active in addressing their frontcourt weaknesses this season, and the addition of Len is just one part of their larger efforts to build a competitive team. With the team having made several roster changes this season, the front office clearly recognizes that there's still a need to balance the roster and ensure they have depth in the right positions. While they may have filled the immediate gap with Len, the team is undoubtedly still keeping an eye on potential upgrades. One promising development for the Lakers is that they still have salary cap space available, allowing them to sign another player from the buyout market if needed. The buyout market can be an excellent way for teams to add key pieces at a discounted price, as players who are waived by their teams are often available to sign for less money than they would typically command. This gives the Lakers flexibility in addressing any remaining weaknesses on their roster. However, adding another player from the buyout market would require the Lakers to free up another roster spot, meaning they would have to waive another player. The most recent move in this regard was the decision to part ways with Christian Wood to make room for Len. This kind of roster shuffle is not uncommon in the NBA, as teams frequently look to adjust their lineups throughout the season to improve their chances of success. Although the center position has been a major concern for the Lakers, the buyout market currently has a limited number of options available. One name that could potentially be revisited is Bamba, who spent a portion of the 2021-2022 season with the Lakers. Bamba was initially seen as a potential long-term option at the center position, but his production has dipped significantly over the past couple of years. Once considered a promising young player, Bamba's playing time has decreased over the past few seasons, with his minutes dropping to less than 16 per game. This decline in his performance has led many to question whether he would still be a viable option for the Lakers, even if they were to bring him back. Despite this, it's possible that the Lakers could still see potential in Bamba, especially if they feel that their frontcourt needs further strengthening. However, his inconsistency in recent seasons means that the Lakers would likely approach any potential signing with caution. They would need to evaluate whether his skills could mesh well with the rest of the roster and provide the team with the depth it needs moving forward. For now, though, the Lakers are relying on Alex Len and Jackson Hayes as their primary options at center. Both players bring different strengths to the table: Len's experience and rebounding ability, and Hayes' athleticism and shot blocking. The duo will be expected to hold down the fort at the 5 position until the Lakers can secure a more permanent solution, whether that be through further trades, a potential buyout market addition, or a future draft pick. The Lakers' front office will undoubtedly continue to monitor the situation closely. While their roster is certainly talented, they are aware that securing a reliable and dominant center will be crucial to their long-term success. The next few weeks and months will likely determine whether Len and Hayes can hold up in the starting role or if the Lakers will be forced to make additional moves to bolster their frontcourt. Looking ahead, the Lakers will need to continue to evaluate their options, both in terms of roster changes and team chemistry. Having a solid big man rotation will be important for their defense, rebounding, and overall ability to compete against the top teams in the league. While Len and Hayes may provide some relief for the time being, the Lakers know that finding the right pieces to complete their roster will be essential for any postseason run. In conclusion, the Lakers have added some valuable depth to their center position with the signing of Alex Len. However, with their long-term solution still unclear, they are likely to continue exploring options both within the buyout market and through other roster adjustments. The next few months will be critical in determining whether Len and Hayes can provide the stability the Lakers need, or if more moves will be necessary to improve their frontcourt rotation. As always, the Lakers will remain active and open to making the moves needed to strengthen their chances of success in the highly competitive Western Conference.